Hello and welcome to Dave the Soap Betting. Well, I've not put anything out all week. I went to the coast and it's nearly killed me. That's the air. It's not as good as the make out in November, I suppose. Last week, put one out at 11 to 1. It ran an absolute blinder, 11 to 1. It got the place money up for us. The winner of that race is actually running tomorrow. It's favourite to win a race tomorrow, Dying Quest. But we got the place money on that. Dying Quest, it nearly came down at the second hurdle, so beware. The other selection, which I actually backed at 5 to 2. I put half stake on at 5 to 2 the night before the race. And I did say I would go with the first show, best odds guarantee in the morning. That was at 2 to 1. I put half my stake on there. So I averaged 9 to 4, but for profit and loss purposes, 2 to 1, which everyone should have got. Best odds guaranteed. Did SP at 6 to 4. David Probert will not be very happy with his ride on that. Hit it too far back. He was overconfident. I thought he'd got beat. I didn't think he'd got there. Even when they showed the replay, I didn't think he'd got there. He didn't think he'd got there. As they went past the line, he was shaking his head like that. But Hector Crouch wouldn't go in the winner's enclosure. He wouldn't take up the first position pog. And he was right. It was a dead heat. So it was a winner anyway. So recommended stakes, we ended up £22 up. What can you do? Better than losing. So, on to tomorrow, Saturday the 23rd of November. I've got two. Each one's got its little risks. Here's the first one on the all-weather. Here's its last run. So the horse I'm interested in is coming out of the 2 stall. 7 furlongs at Wolverhampton on its last start. Watch what happens. Playing up a little bit in the stalls. And they're coming out and he's still in. And then kind of bit of a meet in a sandwich situation. So he's lost, well, he's at least a length behind this horse. And the bend, look where the lollipop stick is here. That's where the bend is. Now he's completely and utterly missed the break. That's where the bend is. And he's almost last. Gets round the bend and he's on the inside. And there he is. There he is. So the jockey's trying to make ground up. So he's managed to find a bit of space. He's coming 3 off the rail. He's coming up the middle. He's trying. And he stays on okay. And he manages to stay on for second. Okay. Here's its previous run. Again, over 7 furlongs. Just the start of the race. So this is its previous run to that, over the same course and distance. This time it's coming out of the 7 box. Let's have a look what happens at the start. Here it is in the 7. Here it is. The gate's open. And what does the horse do? It rears in the stall. There he goes, bucking Bronco. And completely screws up the start. Yet again. They hit the bend very quickly. Right, if you look at its form, those 2 runs were over 7 furlongs. It's inadequate trip for it. It's better over today's trip, extended mile, or 9.5 furlongs at Wolverhampton. So these are its runs over 7 furlongs, both of them, at Wolverhampton. But if you look, all its wins have been over the extended mile or the extended 9 furlongs. It just doesn't get the 7. It's just a little bit too quick for it. And all its wins have been over further. So if you look at its last run over further than 7 furlongs, which here is 9.5, it got beat by Charlotte's Web, a 3-year-old, who is now rated 88 on the all-weather. And just behind, Rosenzoo, who is rated 77 on the all-weather. Let's have a look at today's race. The best rated horse is Prince Ali, a 6-year-old, running off 62. And we've got a 3-year-old, higher rated, getting a touch of weight for age, of 65. It's got to be the Danger, Havana Touch, but it's never won at this distance. Its only win came at 7 furlongs, 59. And that was its only win on the all-weather. That was last year as a 2-year-old. Now, of late, it's been running well. This is a good run at Kempton. Similar class race. In fact, possibly slightly harder. The winner was 69. The third was 69. Outpaced over 1 out, rallied and went second towards finish. The extra half furlong might help it. Got to be the Danger. My only concern is, and this is my only concern, it's drawn 10. It's drawn 10. Now, Ross Coakley's on it. He has ridden it once before. He was on it when it reared in the stalls. Not great, is it? But it ran second there. Now, Josh Bryan, who's its usual pilot, is actually riding in the last race at Huntingdon tomorrow for one of Andrew Balding's in a 2-mile, 3-year-old national hunt flat race. It is currently 11-4, Risky Spain. For those of you that like that kind of thing, jockey, trainers, flat race, trainer, jockey, going on a national hunt race, have a look. It's not for me because the horse has not been out, but it must be well fancied. But I'm going for, you might not like this, it's up to you, 4.55 at Wolverhampton, Snooze Lane. Now it's 4-1, but because of the draw, I'm going each way. Full stake, £10 each way, £20 in total, 4-1. If it wins, you'll do okay. If it loses, it comes second, it comes third, you'll lose £2. We can stand that, can't we? But play to your own pocket. My next horse is a Haydock hurdle race over 2 mile 3, just shy of 2 mile 3 actually. Here's its last run at Cheltenham. So this is just shy of 2.5 miles at Cheltenham. They're approaching the 3rd hurdle from home. And the one I'm interested in is the one in the pale colours, circled here with the arrow, with the dark cheek pieces. This is the 3rd from home. So jumps this really well. And 1 or 2 of these now, they start to come off the bridle as they approach the 2nd last fence. It's going well on the outside there, going really well. Jumps this well. Now look, pushing, travelling very strongly. But now we're going to hit the hill. We're going to hit the rising ground. Still going well as they go round the bend. Looks like it's going to come to challenge. Just been niggled along a little bit, but so is the leader. Now watch this fence. Boom. Makes a mess of the fence. Lands a little bit awkwardly. We're on the hill. gives it a couple of cracks. It doesn't stop. The horse doesn't stop. I won't say it finds loads, but it doesn't stop. And it stays on fine up the hill. And gets the 3rd place. Now that was its first run for 237 days. Carry a limestone 12. And it was the first time in cheek pieces. Now I think that was improved form. The handicappers put it up £1 for that. My concern about it is, apart from this point to point, it wins around about 2 miles. But it's not had many runs at this distance. Arguably 3 runs. That was its 3rd run. And it's been placed, come 2nd at Newbury over the extended 2.5. That was the run at Cheltenham. And it came 4th, well beaten at Doncaster in a Class 3. Today it's a Class 2. I think the ones they might come for, the favourite Beat the Bat. They're going on this form 12 months ago, where it finished behind Dysart Enos. Josh the Boss. This run at Chepstow this season, it's been well franked since. Dion Quest won a slightly better race last time, and Take No Chances won a reasonable mare's race next time out as well. So the form's been franked. But I'm quite happy. A 50 odds first 4. I'm quite happy to go on that improved form at 14-1 for Any Harm Asking. 14-1. Well, that was its first run for, I think it was 263 days. It was its first run with the cheek pieces on. And I thought it was an improved performance on what it's shown before, even though it has won over 2 miles. My only concern is it's not won over the distance. It's a 7-year-old. It's only ran 3 times that the distance. Now in this race, Beat the Bat, they're going on the form behind Dysart Enos, but that's good form. I can't, it's got improvement in it. It's got a lot of potential. Josh the Boss, the last run at Chepstow, when it won, the second and the third, they franked the form, both winning next time out. And Steel Alley, this year, at the Newbury race and the race at Foslath, both over the 2 miles, it was crying out for further. So the first, second and third favourite, they're all worthy favourites. But I'm going for risky, it is risky, half stake, so a chip shot fiver each way, Any Harm in Asking at 14-1, 150 odds, 4 places with William Hills and 365. Don't go to Sky Bet. They're only paying the first 3 and they're 12-1 for some strange reason. So Any Harm in Asking, 14-1, 4 places. This is Dave the Sue, looking forward to a profitable Saturday. Just be a little careful. Bye for now.